So, what do you do when you're in the middle of a record-breaking heat wave in the Pacific Northwest and you're living in an RV?
Go climb to the top of a waterfall.
That sounds like a good idea.
It's 87 at a quarter after 8. I think 87's it's at least 10 degrees higher than the average for this time of year. And it's only a quarter after 8.
That doesn't sound good.
Normally it's in the 60s and 70s this time of year and misty. Right now it's 87. So
Today the high is supposed to be 108. It actually feels cold over here. All right, we came to Multnomah Falls. And we're gonna hike the loop trail if we can. We shall see. Here we go. Well, that wasn't a very long hike. Wow, okay, so it was really lovely down by the falls, cool, and there was an amazing breeze, and we've just left it, and this is gonna be a little bit of a challenge. Hiking in the increasing heat is going to be interesting. Wow, look at that view though already. Well, we made it to the top of the falls. That was a bit of a climb. There's a breeze coming off of the waterfall behind me, and it feels glorious. Man, that breeze feels so good. How you holding up?
good, it's warm out.
Yes, it is. But we just go slow and steady, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So as we're hiking, I am reminded of when I lived in Fiji, and it was very hot and very humid. And when I first got there, the Fijians were always telling me to like slow down, slow down. And I didn't understand why. And then you realize Fijians move so slowly because it's hot and humid, and it just saps you of your energy. So you gotta be patient, take your time. Nobody's in a hurry there. And that's how we're gonna face today. So we're just gonna go slow and be patient and enjoy the ride. Keep going?
Yep.
And I was afraid that because it's summer, there wasn't gonna be much of a waterfall to look at. Well, there you go, folks. There's still waterfalls out here at the end of June in the middle of record-breaking heat, which doesn't feel so bad next to a beautiful river. Going down a little offshoot really quick. Might be a lot of mosquitoes down here. Shall we keep going?
Yeah. Mosquitoes.
This up here is one of the things that I love about this Oregon area is we've gone into so many canyons, like down by Multnomah Falls, we've gone into these kind of gorges, and at the very top of them are these really tall straight trees just like extending the canyon walls up even further. It's a gorgeous gorge. I'm an idiot. Oh. Oh.
That's what it says for 55-foot Ecola Falls. All right then.
Oh, and we're going all the way. Woo! All right. We are climbing, and it is 10:14 and 88 degrees out, and it feels hotter than that. Hiking through some plants. Yikes. Oh, at least it feels shaded here. Nice. We made it to the top, and now begins
The descent.
is Devil's Rest. And somewhere out here is Angel's Flight, so I don't know which one you'd rather go to. But I at this point I'd rather, I don't know, do I want to rest or do I want to fly? I'd rather fly. Fly would be cool. Angel's Flight it is. But
Wind through the trees.
that is quite a sound. All right, here we go.
Columbia River Highway.
Which is where we're heading, correct?
Yep.
And so we began the descent. And while I appreciate the cardio rest, I'm not convinced that downhill is better than uphill. You know, I wasn't sure about the wisdom of taking a hike on a day where it was supposed to reach 108 degrees, but I knew this was going to be kind of our only day, and I figured if we're going to be hot, we might as well be hot. But it's actually been pretty great, right?
Yeah. Warm weather at the relative beginning of the summer isn't bad for waterfalls because they've had a couple of days of warm weather. I don't know where the creeks start, but they've had snow melt at high elevations on Rainier, like in this heat. So it means more water downstream on the waterfalls. That'll mean it'll be drier at the end of the season though. Like
Yeah.
August it'll start to dry up. But
Isn't Ryan smart? He always has information that I wouldn't think of. But then once he says it, I'm like, yeah, that makes great sense.
Yosemite always used to flood a couple days after the first really warm days. That's when the river would get really high.
Makes sense.
You'd have a really warm day and then 2 or 3 days later the river down in the valley would be really high.
I was wrong. It's called Angel's Rest. So you can choose to rest with angels or you can choose to rest with devils.
Angel's flight is Utah.
Oh. Oh, that's right. Angel's flight is Utah. That's right. This is fantastic. It feels so good down here. So we are almost done with the hike. We made it, and there are some gorgeous waterfalls to be seen on this 5-mile loop, and I'm so glad we came out. I just decided to jump into a waterfall, and I'm so glad I did. Do the thing, even when you think, oh, it's gonna take extra time, it's gonna cause extra hassle. Do the thing. It's 107 degrees in our car. For reals, 107 degrees. Oh, it's going down. We have our AC on, so it's only 105 now.
That's the outside temperature.
Oh.
It's probably like 130 in here.
So we're dying a slow death. And here we are back in our car, which has always, since I was a kid, has been a weird concept. I was just standing under a waterfall and now I'm in a car. Weird. When you go on vacation and you're like, this morning I woke up in Washington and tonight I go to bed in California. This is a weird concept. And this is a relatively new concept, to be able to wake up in one location and go to sleep in a location hundreds to thousands of miles